Hey, Eric Peacock, Pyramid Fitness. Tuesday tip, exercises that people screw up in the gym. Here's one of the biggest offenders, the lunge. So we're gonna talk about the lunge and what people do. A couple things I see people doing the lunge is they get forward and they get their knee over their toe. So shin angle is really important. So when you do a lunge, you wanna land, your weight should be in your heel and your shin should be vertical, and you should push back out through your heel. So I'm lunging, vertical shin, weight in the heel, pushing back out. The other thing is you can actually blow your back out doing a lunge, because a lot of times when people go into a lunge, they do this, their torso comes forward and then they arch their back to get out. So when you come into a lunge, you need to pull your abs in, your belly button into your spine, push back, keep a nice erect posture. Make sure you're tightening your abs so you're not arching your back to get out of the lunge, because you're really using your lumbar spine more than your hips and your quads, like what you want to be using. The last thing I always see people do is the back leg. Is people don't bend the back knee and the front knee, and they have to be bent at the same angle. So as I'm going into it, I might go like this and leave my back knee slightly bent or straight, and I'll get a lot of discomfort in my back hip. So what I need to do is I got to think about both knees are bending at the same time. I always tell people it's kind of like you're going to go touch your back knee to the floor. So you're really letting that back leg move freely. And 70% of your 70-80% of your weight should be on your front heel though. So those are just a couple tips to make the lunge more safe. If you can't do a good lunge, you know, sometimes you need to go to a split squat and work on a more static position before going to a dynamic lunge. So just a couple tips on how not to screw the lunge up and jack up your knees or your lower back and get better success and feel it in the muscles that it's intended to hit. That's our Tuesday tip. We'll see you next week with another exercise people screw up.